Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Derby City Classic 2024, round 6, one pocket action. We've got a good one tonight. Oscar Dominguez versus John Morra. My name is Somerfield Habener, here in the booth with Railbirds TV, brought to you in part by Bad Boys. I'm excited for this one. A couple phenomenal players here. Like I said, we're playing one pocket. This is going to be a race to 3. Looks like looks like Oscar's got the break, but might be getting ready to lag here. Flip a coin, one way or the other. Getting ready to get started. Like I said, one pocket, race to 3. Whoever breaks is going to choose one of those 2 feet pockets. Oscar's got to make 8 balls in his pocket before John makes 8 in his. Any scratch is going to cost you a ball. Any pocket scratch is going to be in the kitchen. That's about the basics. Couple phenomenal players here. Oscar, the owner and proprietor of Hard Times Billiards down in Sacramento, California. Johnny Morra out of Las Vegas. I don't really know how these guys match up, but like I said, a couple phenomenal players. I think John's banking the ball better than he ever has now that he switched hands, and Oscar definitely plays a lot of one pocket. A lot of rotation, but plays a good game of one pocket. Just really trying to get something off that cue ball. That cue ball is perfect. It's exactly where you want it, is pinned on that rail. Unfortunately for Oscar, if he can see enough of that 12 ball, the 12 ball might get through. I don't know, hard to see from this angle, but if you can see the 12, that's going to be trouble. No, he can't see enough of that to bank it and get safe. Yeah, definitely something to think about here. Looks like he can kick between those and just kick into the 13 and get safe. I kind of like doing something with the 2-3 if you have enough of an angle. I like playing off the bottom side of the 2, getting right on that 4 ball and trying to knock the 3 towards my side. Just got to be sure the 3 gets around the pack. And it may not. Could also play off the top side of the 8 ball, try to get behind the 15. Although on the rail there, it just gets so much tougher off the rail. Letting Alex march around the table, taking his time here. Yeah, it's a polite way to play. I mean, if a guy's in the middle of his run, he's just shooting at one pocket. It's nice to let him finish that out. Also nice to not feel rushed at the table. Gonna see if he can just kick under that 15. I don't think he's got the line to get under there. Yeah, and this is a big shot. So off the 8, trying to get under the 15 to move it, huh? Wow. If it stays up, that's an incredible shot. I can't believe that ball hung. Man, oh man. Pretty shot by John Morra there. Very fortunate to point hook him. Oh man, just buries Oscar in that pocket. That's brutal. Can't get to any of that bottom of the stack. Yeah, that's just not nice at all. Clips off the 3-2. Gets a great line. Nice shot there. Yeah, boy, he's got some offensive shots here. Looks like he's just going to play off the bottom of the 15. Get it to his side. Get down to the foot rail. Let's get all the way to the back of the pack. Might have even been trying to move something over. I like that shot. I don't think Oscar can afford to Z-bank this one. Just getting that 13 off the rail, getting back behind the pack. Yeah. 15 ball might sneak around there. I think I like just kicking at that 13 and moving it to my side, taking a ball away from him. Not sure if John's going to want to kick from that place. You can always play off the bottom of one of these balls and down to the foot rail. Seems like you can move the 13 though. Right? Taking a foul, but pretty decent foul to take. Get something else on your side. Yeah, and pins him on that 7 ball. Doesn't look like he's got the cut on the 12. Tough shot here, jacked up over a couple balls, too. It's a pretty straight bank here. He's got the room to get around the 8 ball. Really not worth it. Don't have a huge advantage, but you definitely have an advantage right now. Probably clipping off the 10, coming back into the stack. It's a pretty passive shot, but maintaining that little bit of control you got. Both these guys are 8 and outers. Caught that ball way too thin. Gets himself in trouble. Boy, oh boy. That 11 ball's a great break ball. That could be trouble. It's as tempting as it is to just want to bust all those balls open. I still think it's smart to pick off the ones that are wide open. It's still easy to get stuck there without a shot. Try to overplay the 11, miss the 4 ball, and run into the 5. All of a sudden, everything's still jammed up. Looks like he's starting with the 12. Good line to get from the 13 to the 1. Or back for the 3 if you want it. Oh man, big miscue. Wow. Well, huge opportunity for John Morra to get it back. That hurts. Johnny needs 9. It's got 5 of them out in the open. Again, 5 ball's a great break ball. Oh, catches the backside of the 8 ball. He's not going to like that. Ugh. Yeah, it's easy to take those windows for granted. A little nudge like that can bury you. Really looks like he's looking at banking that 2 ball, but I would be stunned to see him take that. Trying to bank that 15. Yeah, I don't really see how that one works out either. He'd like to move one of the 15 or 8, but yeah, playing off the 13 either to the foot rail or behind the pack is so much more natural. Almost overhit that one again. Get right into that ball though. Spots his one that he owed. If Oscar wants to, he can bank that 8 ball back at his hole. You got to overcut it. But you've got a pretty good backboard with that 15. Could also just bank it into the pack. Got a couple good balls that are lined up. The 4-7 looks like it's going close to at your hole. Trying to pick the spot he wants. Looks like he's just playing off the 8 into the stack. Yeah, it gets right in there. Beautiful shot. This is tricky action in there. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about that one. Boy, balls are so close like that. It's really hard to not double kiss anything when there's a second ball involved, especially. Looked like the cue ball and object ball were close enough that didn't really need to worry about it. At the Derby City Classic, anyway. Hangs him right up on the backside of the 9. John would like to be right about where he's at right now. Yeah, that doesn't look like it's pushing through. I think I like playing off the 10, trying to get right back there. I like the 4, but it's just so much harder jacked up like that. Hits it good, protects the 7. Oscar's got a nice little backboard off the 14 to get under the 7. It's a tricky line. I don't think he'll try to move it. I think he'll try and freeze him to the backside of it. But boy, to get under that, not scratch, is tough. Ow, how'd he hit it? Beautiful shot by Oscar Dominguez. Oh, that's nasty. Nothing like being in jail behind a ball that's right in front of your hole. So thinning off the 7 ball. Gotta watch your speed a lot on this. Easy to leak out for the 14. Hits it very well. Looks like following the 7 down. Again, gets to the bottom side of that 7. Not the back side, but the bottom. I think John will play that same shot. Just thin off the 7. Try to get as locked down to that 10 as you can. Well, he's got that 7 nudged out a little more. He leaves Oscar a dead bank. Oscar, if he wants to, can spin. He can bank this ball and spin under the 7. Looks like he's just committing to making this bank. Is it a little bit wide? That's tough to say. Johnny will tell us pretty quick. It doesn't look like he can see the 7. Gets pretty fortunate there. Guess I was wrong. Whoops. I don't think he's going to like that one. Well, everything wide open. Ball hanging in your hole. Tough opening shot for Oscar. Oh, really tough. Back cut on the 7. Huge cut on the 10. That's wild. Yeah, how can they be that open and you got... He's saying the same thing. What does he got here? Does look like he might be able to... I mean, if he's got the back cut on the 7, he'll shoot it. But that's a big swing on the 10. I kind of like banking the 3 at my hole and leaving him behind the 13. I know it's a more passive shot, but you have the advantage. I mean, you really want to run out from here, but don't want to force it and give it back to Johnny. Just cutting that 10 ball. That's bearing down right there. And overcuts it. Wow. I'll bet he was thinking he didn't think he could do that. Very fortunate leave there, the 15 ball. Blocking out much that John can do. Boy, oh boy. Tripled up to get to the 6. Nasty. Man, that is brutal. I mean, he doesn't have a clear kick line here even. I'm thinking about taking a foul from this spot. .15 ball does cut. Sure if he's just going to try to play behind the 5 there. Gets a glance off the 8, almost pockets the ball. And pretty good outcome there for John. That was a good shot. Also going to play the 3-13 combo. Looks like it's laying pretty natural. That 6 ball is deep in the pocket. I mean, he overcut that last ball, but barely. I mean, plays it 2 ways. Gets back there. I mean, if it would have gone, though, he really wouldn't have been in that much of a better position. Does get another ball close to his pocket. I think John might have enough to see the 15, but it just doesn't get him anywhere. It's taking a big swing at 1. Looks like he can see the whole 11. Can try to draw off the 11, pocket the 6. I like it. Let's see what he decides. I'd really like to make that 6 ball, that's for sure. Like we said, though, 6 ball is not a big ball. If you're trying to play to pocket the 11, it looks like you're going to cut it a little bit thin to make the 6. But yeah, boy, just jammed up to try and get there. 15 ball doesn't go from there, unless I'm seeing it wrong. He's kicking at it. Just kicking that 6 ball in. Yeah, he finally has a kick line. He didn't even have that last time. Pretty shot. Again. Barely misses that ball. Johnny's going to owe 1 more. Oscar needs 7. Yeah, you got to like him to make these. Little things can happen and go wrong, though. Don't think he's going to mess with the 15-14. He's probably going to make these 3, the 11, 13, 10, and try and get up. You got to make the 4 before the 9-1 are viable. He's already eyeing the 3 ball. Has to come all the way up there now. Doesn't get there. He's himself shooting over it. Luckily, he's got that 13 to bail him out. 13 to the 10. 10's a good ball to get on, to get back up table. Just doesn't want to get straight on this 10. He's got an angle. I bet he wishes he had a little more. Okay, looks a little bit shallow for the 2 railer up to the 3. It's probably enough to come to that left side rail for a 3rd rail, yeah. Is it perfect? Little firm, but he's fine. It's a pretty good line to get on the 14 if you want to try it. It's a little window, but he controls the cue ball so well. 3 to go. Nippy little draw. Gets it right over there. Beautiful. I think he might be a little steep and jacked up for that 15. He's looking at it. This is not an easy queuing position. I have a really easy time just slipping underneath that 15 here. Oh yeah, he had more of the ball than I thought he did. Dead in for your out ball. Nice shot for Oscar Dominguez there. 7 and out to take down this first game. Johnny Morra to break. Thanks for tuning in here to the 2024 Derby City Classic. Your stream sponsors for this event: Hustlin' USA Clothing Company. Love those guys. JB Custom Cases. Jerry Olivier Custom Cues. Lippman Lights. And Locked and Loaded Custom Billiard Apparel. Big thank you to those guys. Big thank you to Railbirds for having me out here. Shout out to Bad Boys. Like we said, round 6 here. John has 1 loss. Oscar, no losses yet. Nice break there. Barely gets high enough to protect that 12. I think Oscar's got the room to just 2-rail behind the 12. And if he does, I think he'll probably shoot it. It's pretty shallow there. You got to make sure you don't catch the point. And that's easy to do from that angle. So he's just going to use the pack here. Use the 3 to move it, get back into the stack. Worked out pretty well. Unfortunately, doesn't really get anything on his side and opens things up a little more for Johnny. I don't think John has to, but boy, you take a foul from here and in a pretty good situation. Neither one of these guys really worried about running 8 or 9. Just drawing off that. Okay. I'm a little surprised. It didn't seem like he needed a lot more open than that. But he liked it. Yeah, he can play off that 8 ball, marry him to the 11. He's got to make sure not to sell that 4. Yeah, Oscar's definitely got options here, but he's got to be real careful with that cue ball. Very runnable rack here for John Morra. Sure like to have something threatening on his side too. Gosh, he's almost got enough to play that 3 off the 13. Sticks him right on that 11. It's a ball on his side of the table. Oscar's so good at just putting him in those spots. I mean, John's had a ball hanging several times and just marries him right on there. It starts to get frustrating for sure. You really got to maintain your composure. Looks like thinking about playing off the 14. I don't think he'll go under the 13. I think he'd like to be back behind the 14-7. Just got to make sure he doesn't push that 3 ball out too far. He has a two-railer on the 8-ball too. I mean, if you want to jack up and play that two-railer, it's an easy way to get to that upper right-hand part of the screen right now. Leaving him long can be really effective from there. There's so many balls there. Yeah, starts to get tough. Yeah, that's the queuing position just changes that whole shot. Really hard to jack up and hit that accurately. He was trying to get all the way back behind it. It's a big mistake. He did not want to do that. I think the 4 is inhibiting his ability to bank the 12. You can bank the 12 up at like the 2-5. Can also 2-rail the 15 there and kind of follow the ball. Yeah, it looks like he likes this. You can control this pretty well. Yep, changing that position around real well. Still nothing super threatening, but eliminates a couple threats for John. The 11 ball looks like it's laying pretty naturally for him. Bank the 11 over, follow the cue ball, try and get behind the 3. Playing off the bottom of the 10. Trying to play that bank combo. Oh boy. Definitely got some balls moving. That 15 ball just got a little bigger being off the rail like that. Can definitely bank the 4 or follow it up. Looking at the 12. Nice shot. Man, oh man. I don't think Tony plays there a lot anymore, but Tony spent a lot of time at Hard Times. He and Mark Yang, Oscar, all those guys. I mean, Oscar learning from his pops. Just a wealth of one-pocket knowledge over there. And you see these really creative, aggressive shots from these guys, and it's pretty cool. A lot to learn. Like he's shooting this bank, trying to slide up into the 312. Or trying to kiss and go into the 13. Off the backside of the 12. Pretty shot. Great cue ball. Nice shot for John Morra. I don't think Oscar's going to want to go up table. I think he's just going to try and bury him under that 13-2. Kind of get yourself into your own trap there, but boy, from this place, I don't see a lot happening. Yeah, even the kick is problematic. Looking for a ball to get behind. Yep, this is a spot. Great shot for John. Looking at a good spot to leave him. Leave him long can go a long ways. Give a guy a tester. Looks like that's what he's thinking about. It just stresses me out watching him even line that shot up. That looks tough. Yeah. Yeah, my head keeps saying, why doesn't he just bury him back there? But the whole reason is, you're just getting yourself in trouble, even more trouble. Not moving anything doing that. Looking at elevating. Just trying to get between that. Wow, all the way under there. What a dynamite shot. Man, oh man. That was really pretty. Not an easy angle to do that from. All the way to the backside of the 15. From a spot to a spot. Great shot. John's going to have a lot harder time doing that back at him. He's pretty much only got the 4 to do it with. Yep, that's a way bigger swing. All right, he's just going to put him under that ball. It's like he's trying to protect the 4. Didn't get there. Oscar's just going to remove the 4 and get right back there. Nice touch. John doesn't mind. Yeah, from here you don't mind the ticky-tack. It's working in your direction. I mean, John can keep shooting it if he wants to. There's that whole line of balls is pretty messed up. The 13-2-9. And we know that John changed hands recently, but it's wild how ambidextrous he's able to shoot. I think those are both right-handed shots. Wow, Oscar getting right back on the 9 ball. That's such a threat when a guy can switch hands like that. There's just no bad spot at the table for you. Yeah, nothing clear here. And it looks like he's got enough of the 3 that he could probably try to draw under the 13. Seems like that's been the spot of choice lately. See if he tries to get there. I'll just settle in for the backside of the 9. Back to the left hand. Oscar, a little bigger nudge there. I thought he might have tried to push that 13 a little bit more. I do think that this is why people who don't really enjoy one pocket don't really enjoy one pocket. I think they're all really fun, cool, creative little shots. Is John cleaning house? Yes, he is. Does so very effectively. And like that, the tiki battle's gone. Big elevation there for Oscar. Seen him control a couple of those really, really well. Seems like he can probably draw under that 2 if he banks the 6. Yeah, I don't know. That's a little too tight. It's looking at going up table. I believe the 5 has a path through there, though. 12 goes. I don't know if I'm trying to get Oscar to shoot. Banking the 3 ball. It's aggressive. Just knocking the 2 up all the way down to the foot. Ball will spot. Yeah, nobody really wants to force anything here. Too early in the game. Yeah, further those balls get, tougher it gets. But Oscar really naturally elevating there. New rule here at Derby City Classic. At the 2-hour mark, they do 4 balls above the head string. The 5th ball will spot. So 5 balls above the head string, the one closest to the head rail will spot. Again, that's after 2 hours. We're nowhere near that now, but it's an interesting rule that's coming to play this year. A wedge starting to form over there on Oscar's side. Just looking at drawing off the 13, I believe. Coming back down to the foot rail. So online for the 3-railer. Look good. Oscar looking for something to shoot at. It's just not there, though. I really want to clear some balls out if I'm him. That's what I was thinking. Start moving that stuff around. Does a good job controlling the cue. Looks like the 7 is going to miss wide if you miss that 11 ball. Yep. He's going to have a harder time getting back to the rail. Firing that bank, hits it great. Look at that shot. Man, that is a tight little window, too. Beautiful shot for John Morra. Yeah, let's see it again. Oh. It's pretty funny. Both John and Alex trying to yield to one another, and Alex asking for a little friendly advice from John Morra. He's got to get between that either 12-9 or the 11-9. He's really going to force it. Fires that ball. I guess he had a little more room around the 11 than I thought, but that was, I mean, just beautiful bank. Looks like a natural line through that 12-9. Does fall for him. Smooth. Mr. Smooth. Good shot. Six-3 is an interesting shot here. You can get both balls onto your side. Yeah, because otherwise, boy, you're jacked up shooting the 9 ball. Coming off the 11. Side pocket's big from there. Yeah, I like playing the 6-3 here. 9 ball does cut though. 11 ball cuts. It looks like. Got a little easier time queuing for the 11. Yeah, so cutting that 3 ball with the 6. 6 is going to come off the left side rail. Hopefully work its way over to your side too. Probably draw back just a little bit. 6 balls tracking. Very nice shot for John Morra there. He needs 6 of them. This is one where I think Oscar's just going to freeze him on a ball. He's done that so many times so well, just pinned him. I mean, right now you can move that 5 ball and just pin him on the 4. I really like that strategy in one pocket. Looks like he can try to remove the 6 with the 5 if he wants to try it. Wow. So 2 rail banking that ball behind the 6. Just about catches the right side of it and pockets a 5 ball. It's a really nice shot. Does leave him the 6 ball. And John might be forced to shoot this 6. If he wasn't jacked up over the 5 or over the 14, I think he'd probably move the 5. But at this point, you're taking kind of a risky shot. You might as well be shooting at a shot to make a ball. Push this ball a little harder than you normally would. Gets all the way behind it. That's the way to miss it. Yeah. Is Oscar banking the 5 or the 1 back of the 5? Great control. Does he catch an edge? Doesn't catch an edge. That was a good line. Nice try there for Oscar. Yeah, blocks it out with the 412. Looks like the 9 might have room. Looks like he's going to push all the way under the 1-5. Nice shot. Very nice shot. Leaves himself a cut on the 5. I think he'll probably leave himself the bank on the 1, unless he wants to come up table now. And he might. He's got a good line to come up for the 3 or the 6 next. You only need 5 of them. Yep. It's all the way up for that 3. The 3 does pass, right? Yeah, it must. Looks like he's got it nice and easy. Just looking at drawing this, he's really going to have to snap it if he wants to hold up for the 6. Does so beautifully. Needs 3. Looks like he can draw straight back. Yeah. Yeah, I like that more. So he's going to follow down, play the back bank on the 1 to get back up for the 11. Yeah, you fire this and try and draw around those balls. It's easy to get stuck. Looks good to me. 2 to go. Big bank here for John Morra, trying to make it 1-1. Howdy hit it, folks. Oh, look out, 10 ball. Excellent shot. John Morra taking that one down. We got a 1-1 ball game here at the 2024 Derby City Classic. Oscar gets his break back. The sponsors of this event here at Derby City Classic, Diamond Billiard Products. They bring in all the tables, all these lights, most beautiful tables in the world. I sure love playing on them. Simonis Cloth, Aramith Billiard Balls, Outsville AccuRack. They make the templates for the 9-ball out here. AccuStats Video Productions and Master Billiard Chalk. Thanks so much for everything you do to put on this event. One, race to 3. So Oscar loading that up. Watch that cue ball catch on the rail. Just straightens out for him. I think he caught that second ball a little heavier than he likes to. I think you're probably going to see a removal with the 14-4. On the other hand, that doesn't really get him anywhere. I like the 3-2 also. Looks like you can bank and you can draw right under into that 6-11. Maybe you can't get all the way down there. You can at least stick him back there. 6-10 looks pretty dangerous from there, though. Six-ten's aimed at your hole, though. You really just got to protect for the 4 ball here, as long as you're not making contact with a stack. He's looking at kicking. Yeah, boy, if you hit this ball great, it can work out really well. Nice thing about this is you don't really have anything. Yeah, I mean, the 8 ball probably isn't bankable for Oscar from there. Not sure if that's a risk that I'm going to take. It looks like you made it. Might have left Oscar in a position where he can bank this 8-ball. Really got to put some turn on this ball as flat as it is. But the underside is a good way to do it. It's too tight. Gets away with it. Taking a look at that 610. Looks like it's lined up a little low, but it might be lined up right at that 14. Not sure if it's the time to shoot it or not. I like knocking the one to my side and following up behind the pack. Looks like he's thinking about moving the 2-ball. The 2-ball looks pocketable for Oscar right now, so if he can take that away, it's a good shot. Just glancing off and coming to the underside. Jostling things a little bit. Putting him right in there. It's a nice shot. Yeah, boy, being surrounded by balls like this really, really limits what you can do coming out. Oscar getting all the way around there. I thought the 14-8 was kind of lined up to bank back at his hole, but it is not. Looks like he might consider thinning off the 1 and coming back down. It's a lot of distance to travel, though, and doesn't really have too much of a reason. I like playing off the thin side of the 8 here and back into the back of the pack if you can get to it. Got a chance, cutting up, making contact with the 10 ball, opening things up just a little bit more. You have seen him shoot a couple kick shots into the stack too and pinned him pretty well. Yeah, definitely a more aggressive play, but as long as you get, it looks like he wants to get right on that 12. With a little pace here. Clip the 15, doesn't get there. Really didn't get him a lot. But if you would have hit that any harder, you could have sold something out. Ooh. Wow. It's nice control. 8-14 doesn't quite wire up. It's closer though. Taking a look at it. A 3-foul rule is in effect. It's only on 1, but something I forgot to mention in the rules early on. Kicking again. He's on 2. Man, might have got away with it. It does look like he can cut that 8. I think he's considering that combo. I don't think he's going to consider that combo. Yeah. Either moving the 14 or cutting that 8 ball. Can thin off the 10 under the 14 if you like, but yeah, that 8 ball's so makeable. Offhanded, stretched out across the table though. That's tough. Moving that 14. Just straight banking it. Look out, cue ball drills it. Wow. That's a rough roll. I mean, nothing came in contact with it. You got to watch that scratch line, but hit that ball pretty good. So Oscar's going to spot 2, back to 0. Johnny Morra on 2 fouls. Shouldn't have anything to worry about, but it's always good to warn your opponent coming into their turn after 2 fouls. It's going to have a hard time pulling 10 out of this. Taking a look at that 14-8. Looks like the 9 ball might be hampering that.
Again, oh, my rope break. I will teach you guys that later.
Alex offering to give breaking lessons next door. Always a showman. Gets around there, nudges the 7. Still gets there though. I was wondering if he'd hold and try and bank the 4, but 14-8 must go. If he doesn't think it does, you can do a lot with that 9-7. He just wants to run balls at this point though. He's off of 2 fouls. Survived that 3 foul. Yeah, it looks, I mean, like you can nip that 7 with a 9 ball. If you miss, you can freeze him back there. He looks like he's going a little more all out to make this ball. It went just fine. Not a fortunate layout for him here. I could be suffering from the illusion. I don't... The 15 might have most of a pocket. Tough to tell on these screens sometimes. A lot easier for them to tell down on the table. I mean, it's just wild that all those lined up working against him. Rough roll. Great shot. He's back to even. Looks like 15 ball does go. Coming right into the 6-13. Nice pace. Moves those balls well. Looks like probably going to play back for the 3 or the... I think probably the 3 next. Just looking at that combo. Yeah, 11-13 is very straight. Look outside pocket. Ooh. Nice shot there. 11-13's a little off angle, didn't quite get straight enough. It looks like the 5 has a path through as well. Not really the cut you want to be taking. Looks like he's going to take on this combo. Nope. Shifted to the 5. Definitely got to put a stroke on this ball. Oh, unless he's just rolling down. Yeah. So stay underneath the 2. Perfect line. Probably use the 11 to stop here. 5 to go for John. Not sure if he'll take on that combo. Looks like you can probably, if you can get straight enough on the 6, you can probably roll up to just cut the 7 ball. I don't like that combo because it's pushing the 4 to the other side of the table. Yeah. 7's your... It's not your final ball. Six, 7. Is that? Yeah, I thought he needed one more too. There we go. I guess there's only 7 up. Does Oscar have a ball? He must. Yeah, 1 for good measure here. Knock down that 11. Oh, that's right. He did 0-2, so he had to run 9. Had to run 10, sorry. If that gets on it. And this will be it. All right. 10 and out for John Morra. Beautiful shooting. All right, taking a 2-0 lead, trying to stay alive here at the 2024 Derby City Classic. John does have a loss. Oscar still without a loss. Staying alive. It's in a good spot. If you like my ability to keep score, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Now, if you like what you're seeing in here, and we got so much Derby City Classic action coming your way, check it out. It'll let you know every time we go live here. Got one pocket. Started doing some banks. It's going to be a bunch coming out. I'm really excited about it. All right. He breaks pretty wide out also. Gives you a thinner piece of that one to shoot at, but it's easier to stick that cue ball. I have an easy time just catching the second ball too fat, and that's what happens there. Drills that wing ball. Oscar wasting no time to pull it out. He had the jump on that one. That will be a re-rack. So it's a re-rack if you make a ball in your pocket on the break. If you make a ball in your pocket and scratch, however, it would you'd spot that ball and you would owe a ball, not a re-rack. That's a really important distinction. It was played wrong a couple times in this tournament in pretty pivotal matches. That's the rules here at Derby City Classic. Always shifting a little bit, so you really got to be aware of what year it is, what the rules are going in. I don't think he's going to be real happy with that break. Looks like Oscar can see enough of the 10 that he can just get out of this pretty easily. Also, the 3-7 is dead into Oscar's pocket. I mean, Oscar might shoot that right now from the opposite side of the table. Yeah, that's tough to resist. It is lined up low, and the angle is pushing it low, but he's got plenty of room to work. I mean, he could really be after the races here. Looks like he's cutting thin enough. He's probably going into the 11. I might be thinking about coming to the backside of the pack also. If you're taking a swing, take a big one. All right. Nails that. Be interested to see. I think he'll probably try to get behind the 10 here. Pretty sure the 10 passes. The 14-6 looked like it lined up too. Looks close. Looks a little low. Straight pools players make good one pocket players, and one pocket players should sure play more straight pool. I don't know if that skill set transfers quite as directly back from one pocket to straight pool, but being able to read a stack is a really important part of this game. Yeah, trying to come back into the pack. Gets away with it. Dead in on the 4. Taking another look at the 14-6. It doesn't look quite right, but he's in the right position to push it right now if he wants to. Can also just draw off this 4 and move the 14. I think that's probably the safest way. I think he'll probably just roll down and bank this 9 next. That's a really hard spot for me to punch from. It looks like he wants to go around. Seems like I got to work on shooting over balls. These guys do it really easily. $13-12 might be lined up. It's such a gimme bank for Oscar. I'm surprised he had pushed this, but it is very straight. John making sure he can get an eye on it. Yeah, you push it, you don't get through that hole, and all of a sudden you're stuck. Yeah, I'm disappointed in that. Had a good look at that game. But I get it. If he's back banking that 9, the 11's in the way. Gonna play in the 5 off the 10 here, I would imagine. Wanted to get it closer than that. If it lines up right, John can backbank this and go right into that 14. He might be a little bit steep.
No sugar, 0.
How'd he hit it? Money. Might have hit it too good. I think he might have blocked himself from that combo, protecting the balls. He's got a clear bank on the 14. Boy, does he have a good line on his cue. I was watching John play quite a bit when he changed hands at first, and I sat there and watched him before matches, and he would sit and very nice shot, barely rattling that ball. He would just stroke his cue between the rail rubber and the rail itself and just shoot probably a couple hundred times before each match, just training that eye. It's pretty epic. Just make that ball for him. Leave him low. You don't like giving any away, but you don't mind giving that one away. John looks like he might want to move those balls. That combo's just a little off. Is he drawn off the 11 trying to make the 9? Just cutting the 9. Wow. Drills it. He's going to have to spot one after this. That was a nasty cut. I didn't think that ball went. Let's see it again. Yeah, elevates. It looks like that shot was airborne. What a beautiful shot. Drills them both just to show off a little more. Just going to knock that 2 in and hang up that upper right-hand part of the table. Plays the 2-railer. I didn't think he had room. Gets nice separation there. Very nice shot. Spotting that baby up. And Oscar's pinned on the rail. If you could see the bottom of the cue ball, I think he'd be banking the 1 into the pack, but it seems like asking a lot. I would think he's probably going to knock that 1 to his side of the table and carry past it down to the foot rail. The bank on the 2 is definitely available. Just an easier ball to get over there. Moves to his side. Oscar can John can consider backbanking this 2 again if he wants to try and hold for the 1. He hit that last one beautifully. Yeah, it looks like 13-10 are the only ones that cut. It's a good shot too. Got an easy way to get to the back of the pack. Little earthquake, but we're settling down. Almost looks like he's got enough of that 2 ball to play the 2-railer. If he's got the full 2 ball and he can get to the backside of the 8, that can be a nasty little shot. Doesn't like it. It does look close. Thought about that too, the 9 off the 10, but it doesn't look like he has the full 9, so it's pretty hard to really pin him on that 15. I like the 2, even if you can't make it. Yeah. Just leaves him on the 8. Decides it was looking more like a 3-railer than a 2-railer. Kind of takes the bank away from John here, too. Getting up and over the 8. I think he would have banked the 2 had he not been. Off the 8, trying to play between the crook of the 15-9. Maybe just spin it down to the rail. He likes pinning him on a ball too, though. Sweet touch. Beautiful, beautiful shot. It didn't look like fun. That's a great shot for John. Looks like you might just have to thin off the 9 and get to the foot rail. He's looking at kicking. Just taking a foul. Doesn't get there either. Boy, and free bank for John here. Very fortunate. Unless it spots right in his way. I don't think it's gonna. No. Yeah, I mean, that 13 ball looks like a real free bank here. Natural shape. It's a good. Boy, it looked like it flattened out on him. I thought he drilled that ball. Anyway, he gets it close. Oscar can see the 13 ball. Just gonna follow this ball up. Probably knock that 13 up table, come back to the 915. Might have sold a bank here. It looks like Oscar can see that whole 9, and he can get it on his side and freeze him on the 4. Doesn't look like he can see it to make it. I don't think he will try to make it. Yeah, it's way more important to pin on the 4 than to get it real close, but you can definitely get it to your side. Yep. John's gonna have to kick at this one. Play off the 10 if you want. I'd prefer to kick just because I don't want to jack up over the 4. Had a lot easier time getting a safe hit here. Plays it beautifully backside of the 9. Probably wanted a little more out of that, but pretty good shot. Looking at getting behind the 8-11 here. Beautiful shot. He was trying to catch an edge of one of those balls, but that'll do. Nice shot. Yeah, that 9 is trouble. I think John might just have to stick behind the 13. Try to do something aggressive and use the 8 here. That's a sweet shot. Moves to 10 a little closer. Great return. Yeah, tough call here. Gonna try to get to the backside of the 8, huh? Nice shot. That's so much trickier than it looks. Got 2 moving balls. Yeah, I don't think he can really afford to take a swing at this with the 9 ball sitting there. He's probably kicking behind that 9 here. Oh, got away with it. Can't tell if he hit the wrong side of that ball or if he was trying to get that ball to come up, but that worked out really well. Good exchange here between these players. Not easy. Trying to put him up behind the 8? I don't know. Gets that 9 ball even closer. I mean, it's a beautiful shot. It does look like he could see the 9 to make it if he wanted to. 1 ball does pass. Definitely a tester, even though it's just a dead straight shot. It's 3-3. I don't know if I want to tease him with this shot. He's got the line to the 10 ball too. Easier ball to pocket. Perfect line to get on those. Yeah. Only needs 4. Again, this is John Morra trying to stay alive in this tournament. Let that one slip more than he wanted to. Still a very makeable cut here, but laying up and back here, I would imagine. Two to go. Calls it. Great match there. John Morra staying alive, handing Oscar his first loss of this tournament. They'll both be moving on to round 7 here at the 2024 Derby City Classic. Thanks for tuning in with Railbirds TV. Thanks for hanging out with me. My name's Somerfield. Stay tuned. We got a bunch more Derby City Classic action coming your way.